And so, I'm back. After a long journey to the States, the day after Thanksgiving in Canada, a 4-week journey, basically to get this headset replaced. But now I've got a brand new headset that I can make use of to record new videos. And that'll be good.
Alright, well, for November, there's basically a bunch of recordings I basically have ready to go on the go. I'll note that basically at this point, Barony, I've got a bit of like stuff being like, uploaded on like the weekends, but for the most part, Barony is basically done. You've seen all the main stuff I actually plan to like publish, and the stuff I'm basically publishing now is basically leftover bits and pieces that I hadn't really figured that I basically upload. They're just basically sort of like, in the background. You could get them to them from links on like the thread I basically had in like the Barony discussion thread that I put up in the Steam board. But for the most part, this is basically leftover stuff. The main stuff that you will be watching from my channel will be like the new stuff that's coming out. That'll be stuff like Out There, Omega Edition, which will be coming a little bit later in November. And right now, Realm of the Mad God, which is basically going on. And I've also got a new game on the way called Mark of a Ninja, which isn't really a new game, but it's basically a stealth-oriented game that I thought was very, very interesting, and like how they basically did stealth. And it's basically a game that basically precedes Invisible Ink, which is basically a roguelike. They're made by the same developer called Clay Entertainment, so I may jump into Invisible Ink at some point. I don't know yet, but it's something to look into. Now, I want to note something, by the way, that basically my 4-week hiatus, in this 4-week hiatus that I basically had, I played a whole lot of RimWorld, and, whoops, basically what happened in RimWorld, what can I say? I basically put in a lot of hours of gameplay into RimWorld. And that's not a bad thing, but the thing about it is that I basically don't really feel like going back to my old save that I basically had going. Essentially, my old save is back from before a time, like, what I basically had all the experience to do it now. And, like, looking back at that old save, I basically had a whole lot of things, like, bad luck happening. I was doing a lot of things wrong. And, well, let's just put it this way. RimWorld, 192 hours on record. And in the last 2 weeks, I've played 62 hours. And I haven't played this in, like, a week. So basically, before basically, like, the hiatus of my RimWorld Let's Play, I had like maybe 50 or 60 hours on record. In the last 4 weeks, I basically put in like 120, 130 hours gameplay into basically learning this game as much as I could. And it's got to that point where on Thursday, you're basically gonna see me do like a little wrap-up video, I guess, for it. And basically I'll start delving into like the start of a new series for RimWorld to basically take off, at this point where I've learned everything and such. So that's basically going to be happening in the near future of RimWorld, and I think I'll point that out. Also note, Barony had an update recently. I may do like another Barony like Let's Play of Cornish Knight at some point in the future. I don't know when that will be, but basically there's been a new update for Barony. I think it's worth showing off a little bit, so I might just do that. And that'll just basically pop out probably on a Thursday or something like that. Tales of Magiel, of course I have that Twitch Let's Play that I'm sort of doing off and on. Big long hiatus because I basically have problems basically playing the game, but now that I'm back, I can jump back into that basically to finish it off, hopefully. I have a new game called Rampage Night. I'll probably be doing like a Let's Play for it in the near future. Hive Jump, off and on, I'll basically jump into that. I basically had a few hours, as you can see, pushed into this in the last 2 weeks. For the most part, Hive Jump is coming along very well, and if possible, I want to try and do a multiplayer game. It's just a problem to find people that I can play with online, so when that happens, great, but it may be a little bit before then. So that basically covers a little bit of what's going on, and you'll basically see me sort of get back in the way of things in like the next few weeks. For now though, well, let's just leave it right here, and I'll basically start pumping out some recordings for December and new stuff on Thursdays and stuff like that. So take care. DFuxa out.
Space Chinook. Ah, didn't really sound well, but well. Space Chinook.